Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to Zoom, a student user guide for navigating and utilizing virtual tools for academic success. We understand a virtual quarter can be challenging and frustrating, but it can also benefit us in many ways. So we're going to learn how to use this tool to our advantage by learning some key features. This is the overview for this presentation. First, we'll be talking about accessing Zoom, then we'll move into the key components of Zoom. We'll talk about some useful tools, and then we'll end with some tips for success and other resources that you could utilize to better navigate virtual learning resources. What you'll need to get started. First, you'll want to download Zoom onto your device. You can also visit the App Store for a mobile version of Zoom. If you are using a personal Zoom account, know that all Cal Poly students have an account linked to their Cal Poly email. If you are utilizing Zoom for academic or professional purposes, we encourage you to use your Cal Poly account. You will also need an internet-connected device, preferably a computer. In order to log into the meeting that you have been invited to, you will need an ID number or the URL of the meeting. You might also consider using a headset, earphones, or a microphone. These are not a necessity, but they do help with the audio quality. When you first download and sign on to the Zoom app, you will first select Sign In with SSO. You will then be prompted to type in your company domain. For Cal Poly, the company domain is calpoly.zoom.us. You will then click Continue and be prompted to log into your personal Cal Poly account. Once you have logged into your personal Cal Poly account, you will then be redirected back to the Zoom app. To join a meeting, you will click the link or URL to the Zoom room sent by the host. You can also enter the meeting ID into the Zoom app. If you would like to start or schedule a meeting, open the Zoom app and click New Meeting or Schedule a Meeting. You can invite participants via the Zoom chat or send an invitation via email. Whether you are hosting a meeting or attending a meeting, the menu bar is a key feature of Zoom. These are the general components of the menu bar. Number 1, mute and unmute your own audio. You can also select your audio input here by clicking the up arrow next to the microphone icon. Number 2, stop your own camera. You can also select your video input here by clicking the up arrow next to the video camera icon. Number 3, you can invite more people to join the session by email, direct message, or meeting ID. Number 4, here you can view a list of all the participants attending the meeting. Number 5, screen sharing is a very important feature, especially when trying to show other participants what you see on your screen. You can share your desktop, which is everything that is open, or select a specific application to share, like Outlook or Canvas. Number 6, the chat feature allows you to send a message to one person or all participants in the meeting. Number 7, you can record the meeting, but only if you have been granted permission by the host. If you are the host, you should have this permission, but you may need to enable it. And lastly, number 8, you can leave or end a meeting by simply clicking Leave Meeting. If you are assigned to a breakout room, you can also leave the room by clicking Leave Breakout Room. It was briefly touched on in the prior slide, but screen sharing is a very important component of Zoom. In order to share your screen, you will want to click Share Screen on the menu bar. You will then be prompted to select the browser, file, or device you would like to share. If sharing video or sound content, make sure to select Share Sound. For the best video quality, also select Optimize for Full Screen Video Clip. Once you have selected the necessary components, click Share and it will share your screen with all participants in the meeting. Virtual backgrounds are a great resource if you're looking for a little bit more privacy but do not want to turn off your camera completely. In order to utilize the virtual background feature, you will first need to make sure it is enabled on your computer. First, you will want to sign into the Zoom web portal. This is the online version and not the app version of Zoom. Next, you'll want to click My Meeting Settings if you're an account administrator. This is typically for business or faculty use only. For student or personal use, you will want to click Meeting Settings. Lastly, you will navigate down to the virtual background option and make sure that the setting is enabled. Once you have enabled the virtual background tool, you'll then want to add a virtual background to your Zoom account. In your Zoom app, click on your profile, then click Settings. Select Virtual Background, and then select I have a green screen. If you do not have a physical green screen set up, you can add your own image. Once you have added your own image or selected I have a green screen, these changes should save automatically. The whiteboard feature is another useful tool to help students brainstorm ideas or take notes on the material being learned. You can also utilize this tool for studying purposes with your classmates. To access this tool, you'll want to click Share Screen on the menu bar, then select Whiteboard, then click Share. The whiteboard annotation tools will appear automatically. You can hide them by clicking Whiteboard in the menu bar. You can also create new pages and switch between them by using the page controls at the bottom of the whiteboard. When you are done using the whiteboard, simply click Stop Share. In order to use the annotation tools on Zoom, you must first make sure you have enabled annotations in your settings. There are two ways you need to enable annotations for full use. If you are using annotations for your personal use, sign into the Zoom web portal. This is not the app, but the online version of Zoom. In the navigation panel, click Account Management, then Account Settings. Click the Meeting tab. Under Meeting Basic, verify annotation is enabled. If the setting is disabled, click the toggle to enable it. If a verification dialog displays, click Turn On to verify the change. If you are using annotations for group purposes, or in other words, if you are the host and would like your participants to utilize the annotation tools, first sign in to the Zoom web portal. In the navigation panel, click User Management, then Group Management. Click the applicable group name from the list, then click the Settings tab. Next, you will click the Meeting tab. Under Meeting Basic, verify that annotation is enabled. If the setting is disabled, click the toggle to enable it. If a verification dialog displays, click Turn On to verify the change. There are two different ways to access the annotation tools. If you are sharing your whiteboard or screen with other participants in the meeting, you should see an annotation tool icon appear automatically on your menu bar. If you do not see the annotation tools, click Annotate if you are sharing a screen, or Whiteboard if you are sharing a whiteboard. If you are viewing someone else's screen and would like to use your annotation tools, then click View Options at the top of your screen. Under View Options, select Annotate, and the tools should appear automatically at the bottom of your screen. These are the various annotation tools that you will have available to you. Number 1 is the mouse. By clicking mouse, you will deactivate annotation tools and switch to your mouse pointer. This button will be blue if annotation tools are deactivated. Number 2 is the Select tool. This will only be available if you started the shared screen or whiteboard. It will allow you to select, move, or resize your annotations. To select several annotations at once, click and drag your mouse to display a selection area. Number 3 is Text. This will allow you to insert text anywhere on the screen. Number 4 is the Drawing tool. This will allow you to insert lines, arrows, and shapes. Number 5 is the Stamp. You can insert predefined icons like a checkmark or a star. Next, we have the Spotlight and Arrow tool. This will turn your cursor into a spotlight or arrow. The Spotlight is only available if you have started the shared screen or whiteboard. You can use this to point out various parts of your screen to other participants. The arrow displays a small arrow instead of your mouse pointer. This allows for easier navigation when pointing out information to participants. Number 2 is the Eraser. You can use this tool by clicking and dragging to erase parts of your annotations. Number 3, the Format tool, allows you to change the formatting options of annotations, like the color, line width, and font. If you feel that you have made a mistake, no need to worry. You can always undo your latest annotation or redo your latest annotation that you undid. Or if you want to completely clear all annotations altogether, you can click Clear and this will delete all current annotations. If you would like to save your annotations, you are allowed to do so if you began the shared screen or whiteboard. You can save all annotations as a screenshot on your device. Another wonderful feature on Zoom is the ability to transcribe sessions. In order to enable the transcriptions, you'll want to sign into the Zoom web portal and navigate to My Meeting Settings. You will then scroll down to the Cloud Recording option on the Recording tab and verify that the setting is enabled. Toward the bottom, in the Advanced Cloud Recording settings, click the Audio Transcript checkbox to enable it, then click Save to confirm the change. Once you have enabled this setting in your Zoom portal, you can begin generating transcriptions for various sessions. Once you have started or joined a meeting, you will then click Record in your menu bar. You will also select Record to the cloud. If you have joined a meeting, make sure that your host has given you permission to record the session. After the meeting ends, you will receive an email that will let you know when your cloud recording is available. Shortly after receiving that email, you will receive a separate email letting you know that the audio transcription for the recording is available. These emails will include links to view your recordings and transcripts. If you would like more information on editing and embedding the recordings or transcripts, please visit the Zoom Support Center. Here are some last-minute tips to support your academic success while utilizing virtual tools. You'll want to find a quiet and appropriate location to join your sessions. If you must leave the room, make sure to turn off your audio and your camera. To best support each session, make sure you have a steady internet connection for best audio and visual results. You'll want to join every session a few minutes early to test your audio and video connection. You might also consider using a headset or earphones for optimal audio quality. You'll want to avoid using speakers as they generate loud feedback for others. In addition to minimizing feedback, you'll want to mute your audio unless you are speaking to avoid unintentional background noise from disrupting the session. And remember when you are speaking to speak to the camera and not to the screen. If you would like to go back and view the material for studying purposes, make sure your professor has given you permission to record the lecture. And don't forget to turn on closed captions to help you interpret the material being covered. You can also turn on transcriptions so you can go over the lecture in written form. We understand that virtual learning can be challenging for some individuals. So if you are having challenges with this format or need assistance with visual or audio content, please reach out to the Disability Resource Center. You can contact them via phone at 805-756-1395 or by email at drc@calpoly.edu. If you are still finding it hard to navigate Zoom, we encourage you to check out the Zoom Support Center online. Here you will find online resource guides. You can live chat with a support representative, and you can submit questions and receive answers via email. You can visit their website at support.zoom.us.